Welcome back to the Rundown Lab, where we break down and fact check the biggest health podcasts. We know your time is valuable, but when you can, we always recommend catching the full episode. Links are in the description. What if one of the most common breakfast foods was actually a nutritional powerhouse hiding in plain sight? Today, we're examining some bold claims about eggs and their health benefits. In a recent episode, Dr. Berg discussed why he considers eggs to be among the healthiest foods you can eat, making claims about everything from brain function to eye health to hair quality. Let's break down what the evidence actually says. Let's start with what the episode got right, and there's quite a bit here. The claim that eggs contain choline is spot on. Eggs are genuinely one of the richest dietary sources of choline available, with a single large egg providing about 147 milligrams, primarily concentrated in the yolk. The USDA confirms eggs as a top choline source, and this is well established in nutrition science. The episode also accurately explained that choline helps prevent fatty liver disease. This is solid biochemistry. Choline is required for the synthesis of VLDL, which exports fat from the liver. When you don't get enough choline, fat accumulates in the liver. Studies consistently show that choline-deficient diets induce fatty liver, and adequate intake helps prevent this. The discussion of cholesterol as a building block for hormones was textbook accurate. Cholesterol is indeed the obligate precursor for all steroid hormones. Your body converts cholesterol to pregnenolone, which then becomes cortisol, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and other hormones. This is foundational endocrinology. The episode correctly identified that eggs contain lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that concentrate in the macula of your eye. And the claim that these compounds protect against macular degeneration is well supported. The AREDS-2 trial demonstrated that lutein and zeaxanthin supplementation reduced AMD progression in certain patients, and multiple epidemiological studies link higher intake with reduced risk. Now, where things get a bit more complicated. The claim that these carotenoids block blue light radiation is mostly accurate but slightly overstated. Lutein and zeaxanthin do absorb blue light, with peak absorption around 460 nanometers. However, they filter and reduce blue light exposure rather than completely blocking it. They also provide antioxidant protection against any light that does reach your photoreceptors. The episode mentioned that eggs raise HDL cholesterol, often called good cholesterol, and this is supported by research. Multiple controlled trials show modest HDL increases of about 2 to 5 milligrams per deciliter. However, the full picture is more nuanced. Eggs also tend to raise LDL cholesterol in many people, and individual responses vary considerably. Also, calling HDL simply good cholesterol is itself an oversimplification, since HDL function matters more than the number on your lab test. The claim that eggs are high in sulfur is reasonable. Eggs contain sulfur-containing amino acids like methionine and cysteine, which is why decomposing eggs produce that distinctive smell. They're a good source, though whether they qualify as high depends on what you're comparing them to. There are a couple of claims that need more significant correction. The suggestion that eating eggs daily will increase your brain power overstates the evidence. Yes, choline is essential for brain function, since it's a precursor to the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. And yes, most adults don't actually meet adequate choline intake, so eggs can help address common insufficiency. But the cognitive benefits are really about maintaining optimal function, not enhancing it beyond your baseline. If you're already getting enough choline, adding more eggs won't necessarily make you sharper. Similarly, the claim that dietary sulfur from eggs will give you stronger, shinier hair oversimplifies the relationship. Sulfur is genuinely a component of keratin and the disulfide bonds that give hair its strength. However, if you're eating adequate protein from any complete source, you're likely getting enough sulfur for hair synthesis. Simply adding more eggs won't necessarily improve your hair. Unless you have an underlying protein deficiency, genetics and other factors play much larger roles in hair appearance. So what's the bottom line? This was solid nutrition education overall. 5 of the 10 claims checked were fully accurate, 3 were mostly accurate with minor caveats, and 2 were oversimplified but not wrong in their basic premise. No false or seriously misleading claims were made. The main pattern was enthusiasm leading to overpromising. Eggs won't transform your brain power or give you magazine cover hair, but they are genuinely nutrient dense and provide meaningful amounts of choline, high-quality protein, and bioavailable carotenoids. The core message that eggs deserve a place in a healthy diet is well supported by evidence.